Hey everyone, Kerry Beck here with Family eBiz, where we help families start and scale online businesses so you can have freedom to do the things that are important to you today. Um, we are talking about a topic that comes up fairly often. When people join my Facebook group for Family eBiz, I ask, what's your biggest challenge with online business? And one of the responses we get over and over again, I was just checking them again this morning, is consistent sales. So we're going to talk about how to start making consistent sales in your online business or your blog or your podcast, wherever you are online. Now, before we dive into this, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click subscribe so we can get this out to more and more people. And then also, if you can leave a 5-star review or leave a comment, that would be even better. Share it with someone you know. I'm sure this will help. Because my guess is you've looked at your dashboard and wondered, why isn't anyone buying today or this week or this month? I've made 0 sales this month. Why does everyone else make sales, but I don't? You are not alone. So many online businesses are doing the work, creating products, posting content, but they struggle with inconsistent sales. And so that is what I want to talk to you about. Why does this happen? And then what are we going to start doing instead of whatever it is you are doing? Because if you can start to bring in consistent income, then you can quit burning out and you can start to give yourself some time off and just a break every once in a while. So what is the real problem? Why are sales either inconsistent or 0? You don't even have sales. You might be just doing random marketing activities without a system. You have got to follow a proven system. Now, I'm not going to go into a whole system, but I do have a podcast. It's number 31. There'll be a link in the show notes. And that is all about a sales system to grow your bottom line. So if you are not, maybe you're following a system, so you may have another problem. But if you do not have a system to make consistent sales, go listen to that podcast. Others of you, you're so excited, you've got this new product, you launch it, and then you stop. Or you sell to people and you're trying so hard to sell to people and they're not even ready. They don't even show up. They don't even follow up. You don't even follow up after they've shown interest. So you're selling to the wrong people. You may need different people on your list. Or maybe you're not building relationships. You're just broadcasting and just shooting things out to them and offer after offer. You've got to build relationships. You've got to nurture that list. Others of you, you just don't even have a clear path for someone to go on. They land on your website, your webpage, and they don't even know what to do. It is so confusing. So you may want them. It depends on the system you choose. But for me, I want mine to get that freebie. And then I want them to become a buyer and a repeat buyer over and over again. So let me give you 4 tips of how you can make consistent sales. The first is you need to build an always on funnel. What do I mean by that? You can't rely only on launches or spontaneous promotions. Those are great. They are a great shot in the arm, and I definitely have launches throughout the year. But you need to develop some always on funnels so that it is still working even when you're busy or even when you're on vacation. A few weeks ago, I talked about a vacation campaign and how you can set up a campaign, you turn it on, go on vacation, sip those smoothies on the beach, and you come home to sales. That's what a good funnel will do. That will give you consistent income. Now, if I'm doing a vacation campaign, I would turn it on and turn it off and just use it for vacation times. But you still need some evergreen, always on funnels. Start with a lead magnet that naturally connects to your product. So originally, you need to know what that product is that you're going to sell. Then you back up and have a lead magnet, a free resource that will lead to buying that product. And when they get that lead magnet, they get on your email list. You don't ever give them a link on a web page. They always need to go get the freebie in their email. And then you're going to have a short email sequence to introduce yourself, to deliver some value, some content that leads into a sale. This is foundational for consistent income. Do you have that always on funnel? If not, that may be the best place for you to start. You've got to have some sort of funnel. So, tip number two, make one product your hero. I have so many students. They are constantly making more and more products, thinking that more and more products will make more and more sales. That is a myth. That is a myth. Focus on one product that you can promote over and over in different ways. My flagship product is Raising Leaders, Not Followers. And so I do launch that 3 times a year. And then I have other things going on in between that can make smaller sales that are related to raising leaders. But I want to keep launching that over and over, and I want to promote that. Stop creating new things constantly. Find one thing, optimize it, refine it, tweak it until it is making consistent income. Add testimonials, add bonuses, better emails, clearer sales page, get it converting before you go make something else. Let me say that again. If you're multitasking, come back to me. Get this one product to convert well before you go make another product. It's a lot easier to just keep making products, but that does not make money. One offer that converts is better than 5 that just sit unused. One offer that converts is better than 5 that are not even used. So build an always on funnel, make one product your hero, sell more often. Most people aren't making consistent sales because they're not making consistent offers. And that's one thing that I have really tried to do. I have consistent weekly content, good free content in this podcast. Excuse me just a minute. Dry throat right there. Consistent, but I am now trying that every month I'm going to offer one product out, especially like in family eBiz. I already do that with the homeschool niche as well. Use your email, your podcast, your blog, or whatever to highlight not what it is, but the transformation your product brings. That is one thing that probably your offers are just telling them what it is and what it's going to do. It's not telling them what changes will happen in their life, what changes will happen in their health, what changes will happen in their family, what changes will happen in their business, depending on the niche that you're in. Highlight the transformation, the positive change that will take place. And then go ahead and build in regular promotions to re-engage your audience. You know, one thing I did this year, and I sort of put it away in May because we had so many crazy things going on in our family, is I got an annual calendar. 12 pages out. Every one of them has a month of the year. And I pulled that thing out and I was happy to say this week I was right on track. It was up here, but I hadn't really looked at it. Right on track for a promotion that I was going to run this week right now that I'm recording it, not the one that you're listening to. So find one thing that you could promote every single month as well. Get that always on funnel, find that one product, make it convert, and then give more offers along the way. And then tip number 5 for, I like to call instant cash or instant sales. Add a tripwire. So when they get something for free, this is a secret weapon. When they get something for free, instead of a page that says, thank you, go get your freebie in your email, it says, thank you, your freebie's on its way, but I have a special offer for you. And then you give them 15, 20 minutes to buy. You got to get a timer on there that really takes it down, but 15 to 20 minutes that will they get a special, incredible offer on something that is related. So we have a freebie. Let's put it this way, funnel. Freebie, lots of people get it. Tripwire, they're all related. It's all in the same funnel at an incredible offer. And then your product that you really want to sell. And so that may be a 1-week funnel that they are doing it. It is instant when we go from freebie to our tripwire item. You know, I'll tell a story. This was years ago. I got accepted into a bundle, and I was just thrilled because I was just starting out. I made this Apple unit study before Canva and everything. Tried to make it look good. I was making it on Word doc, and it did turn out really good. But what I did was I had a special offer for them, but the problem was there was no timer. That meant they got my free unit study. They got the free unit study. Then I was giving them an offer on my unit study toolkit. If they wanted an Apple unit study, they might want my unit study toolkit. So I was giving them a special offer. The problem was they could go get it anytime. 3 weeks later, they could still go back and get it. You don't want that kind of thing. That was a problem. That's when I discovered tripwires. That's when I discovered the secret magic is a timer in there. Now, this is usually a tripwire, a low priced item. Most of mine are $7 or $9. I have a few that are $12.95. Depending on your niche, it may be, 17.27 as well. And the thing about a tripwire is if you're running ads, it will pay for the ads. It also allows you to get instant customers. You're getting instant cash. You're also getting instant customers. They go from a freebie to a customer like that. And it gets them used to buying from you. It's in the gimmick. It is just smart psychology and good value. Instant cash, turn your freebie into a customer instantly. I have a course called Magic of OTO, tripwires that work, and I'll leave a link in the show notes for you if you are interested in how to set that whole thing up. So we're talking about 4 tips. First, and always on, I couldn't think of it, always on funnel. And then we want to choose one product, don't keep making and get it to convert. Then we want to keep making regular offers and add tripwires to every one of your lead magnets. Now, that's too much to do. I would choose one thing. If you don't have a lead magnet bringing in new people, that would be the first thing that you should do. If you have a lead magnet, I would make sure I have a funnel of some sort, and always on funnel. And that funnel will include a tripwire that will give you instant cash as well. Consistent sales come from an intentional system, not constant hustle. Don't rely on hope, or like I call it, spaghetti on the wall. We're just throwing things on the wall and hoping something sticks. Focus on your product, make more offers, and use a tripwire. And if you're ready to build that tripwire funnel, take a look at Magic of OTO, tripwires that work. That is what helped me start making money while I sleep. And I was so excited when I had that tripwire and I started making money instantly. I put something else in a bundle, and all of a sudden people were getting the freebie, and then they were taking my tripwire as well. That's consistent sales. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. I am Kerry Beck with Family eBiz. We'll talk to you next time.